33. The lockdown has just been called a new one, and this one's basically the same as the one last spring. So that means we can't do anything outside of Nottingham, and most things inside Nottingham, but we can walk around. And part of the Explore Nottingham bit, we just sort of writing down some things that we can do. The Explore Nottingham bit, we can go explore like creepy abandoned buildings.
We need to go to that graveyard with the caves.
Graveyard of caves. Mm-hmm. Get into one bit of the caves, but they don't go back very far.
Okay.
And we can just go around that graveyard anyway, it's really cool.
So the lockdown's supposed to last until middle of February, which means we're kind of stuck here for 6 weeks. Pretty intense. So.
Oh, I've got work though, because I'm an essential worker now.
Oh, nice. Oliver's essential now.
Oh god.
What if we did different themes? I don't know if this will work, because I don't know if we'd actually be able to buy the supplies or not. But like we did a China night, and we made Chinese food, and we decorated the kitchen China.
Yeah, fuck it. Cultural appropriation roulette.
Yeah. I worked in a potato factory. I worked at a pizza place. I worked at this antique shop. Like, what have you not done?
Oh, this is the fun thing about my life. I was an actor briefly last year, the year before.
You were an actor?
Briefly.
Oh my god.
At a racehorse in a place called Beverley, which is where it's a big horse racing place. And I got hired just because of my character to be an actor at this place to promote healthy living. So they hired me to portray a crazy scientist giving out free herbal tea and to talk about the health benefits of these free herbal teas.
I can see it.
It was pretty crazy. When she introduced it to me, she was like, so basically, just give people free tea. I was like, you're paying me £200 a day for this? It was pretty sick. I had fun.
And then you were also temporarily, or like for like a slight moment, a model as well.
Yes, for a very, very slight moment I was a model. Less impressive jobs which have taken up the majority of my life include bartender, jeweler's assistant, cleaner,
Watcher.
That was the jeweler's assistant.
Oh, okay.
Waiter, cook, pizza boy,
Assistant to the Queen.
assistant to the Queen. I worked. I also ran for council for the Green Party in Oxford, and I was also worked as a paid elections coordinator for Oxford Green Party.
Isn't that when you met Bernie Sanders' brother?
And that is when I met Bernie Sanders' brother. Larry Sanders, member of the Oxfordshire Green Party. He's got fucking massive hands and never remembered me. What else have I done? Oh, worked as a stripper.
Of course you did.
That was a shots boy, but I did have to take off my clothes for it. But I didn't have to. It was kind of expected, but I was really okay with it.
Yeah.
Because I got paid £20 an hour, so
Nice.
You don't snub that shit.
Yeah.
Pubs, cocktail bartender, cocktail competitions. Invented a cocktail called the More Than a Monobrow.
You invented a cocktail?
Yes, called the More Than a Monobrow, and it got to the finals of the 1800s Visionaries cocktail competition. Out of like thousands of different applicants from bartenders all over the country, there were only 6.
The crap.
I was I was shocked because I applied for it within like a 12-hour space at the end of the night. Like, I have no fucking clue whether this is going to work, but just fuck it. Wrote some bullshit about it, bam. And then I was like, this can't be like a big thing because otherwise I wouldn't have
won.
Because, and then when I turned up, I still didn't believe it was that big of a thing until I turned up in London, walked in, and they had like a professional camera crew and like marketers and stuff, and like a panel of some very, very famous like bartenders in the country. And I was just like, oh fuck. And I had a wisdom tooth infection and was on some very strong painkillers.
Your life is so fun.
It was.
It is. It is. Not was, past tense.
It is fun.
So you played down the fact that you won a cocktail competition.
I didn't win. That's the thing. I did not win that competition. I got to the finals.
Okay.
The guy that won was a prick.
Of course he was.
His cocktail was alright. And it looked really nice. But his performance was just so cunty. He did a philosophy degree, a bachelor's degree, and made his cocktail speech about philosophy and cocktails, and he just kept using very big words that didn't fit into the actual sentence, like just to make it sound like he was
intelligent.
Yeah. And the thing is that nobody else around knew anything about philosophy words like modality or ontological. So they were all like, yes,
Yeah.
how interesting. And I'm just there like, BS. Oh, and they nailed it. The woman who won second runner-up, hers was great. And she turned up 5 hours late off a plane from Ireland, drunk with her boyfriend. And she was so nice.
What place did you get? What place did you get?
Mine was in the bottom 3 of those 6, so I didn't make a place because I didn't do first, second, third, and those 6 of it.
I see.
I like to think fourth. But it's definitely better than. Well, the problem is that I kind of fucked it up while I was making it. I gave a good performance. I made them laugh throughout the entire thing, but I was not very good at the actual.
I can see you being a comedian.
Yeah, it was funny. This is the problem. The problem with it was that they got kiwi juice from concentrate, or they'd like squeezed some really sour kiwis to make that juice. And when I invented this drink, I used like fresh kiwi juice. I'd squeeze myself because that's the only place I knew that you could fucking get it. And I used like the kiwis you buy in the shop to eat. I don't know if there's other kiwis. Less sour, less sweet, but this thing just tasted so bitter, and I ended up having to add loads of sugar syrup. And I was like, and 10 milliliters of sugar syrup. That was definitely part of the plan and on the recipe. And it did not do the job, if I'm going to be honest. And also, like, they didn't have the spoons that they had were this big, and bar spoons are usually about like half the size of that.
Yeah.
So it was really difficult for me to work out exactly how to sink this coffee liqueur that's meant to sit at the bottom. It's meant to go like blacky brown and then bright vibrant green. So I tried sinking it down the spoon, but it was fucking massive and it didn't work. It just mixed around to make it kind of a murky brown. And I was like, tropical fruity flavors!
Right.
The first time round I made it though, it was fucking insane. It was kiwi juice, a shot and a half of reposado tequila, 50ml kiwi juice, 35ml reposado tequila, 15ml banana liqueur. Shake that up briskly for like 5 seconds, double strain it into a coupe glass, and then you sink like 5ml of coffee liqueur to the bottom. And then you garnish it with a kiwi peel and dipped in salt and hung over the edge. And
That's intense.
it is intense. And it's called more than a monobrow. The hairy kiwi peel is meant to look like a monobrow because it's based off Frida Kahlo.
More than a monobrow?
More than a monobrow. But the more than is in brackets, so it's the monobrow. But it's actually called the more
Wow.
than monobrow. So that bartenders
That's perfect.
who sell this can be like, when somebody's like, oh, the monobrow, they're like, no, it's more than just a monobrow.
That's clever.
It was great. And also it came about because my dad, I was researching for this cocktail, like just an hour, because the spec was, it has to be based off an artist. And I was like, artists, tequila, Mexican, Frida Kahlo. I was researching about her, and I knew nothing about her until I started looking at her. And I was amazed, and I just kept telling my dad about Frida Kahlo. And he didn't really say anything for about 15 minutes, he just kept doing whatever he was doing, because he just wasn't listening. And I was like, isn't that amazing, Dad? And he was like, wait, isn't she the one with the monobrow? And I was like, that's what I'm saying, she's more than a monobrow. And then I was like, ding! More than a monobrow.